Good morning again. Welcome to another video. We're going to cover the XJ today. I can't emphasise enough about the health and safety risks of working on vehicles. I really can't. And I've previous experience. I'll show you some pictures. We'll run through some pictures of the injuries and the state of the car. Nearly got killed out there on the road, as most of you know. So I can't emphasise that enough. If you're going to work on cars, especially Jags or Rolls Royces, make sure that you do your organisation. You must. Make sure you've got manuals, you've got books, you've got yourself a decent computer that you can diagnose them, a laptop and a camera and some clothes. As you guys know pretty much by now, I do raw footage. I don't mess about really. What we record is what goes out. So I haven't got time for that. This roll, as you can see here, we've got full power in there, and we managed to move this corner over. This is where I've got hit in the side. We run through. We've got various slides of what went on. There's one broken collarbone. I got dragged about 100 yards underneath the car. I was about 3 foot under it, where the back of the door caught me and shoved me under the car. I got dragged up the road, and lucky enough, a woman come around the corner. The vehicle was still moving at the time, and stopped it, but pushed it forward, so the back wheel nearly went over my neck. I nearly broke my neck. I nearly died that day. I was taken to hospital. I was in a coma for a while. And when they read the report of the injuries, this is why we have to be so careful of working with vehicles. When they read the report and I went to the physiotherapist, they said that they was really amazed that I was even walking. I literally walked there. I was in a pair of shorts and literally walked in a physio, but I was in a mess. And I can't emphasise it enough. If you're going to work under a car, make sure it's supported properly. I mean, it still upsets me now talking about it, to be fair. Don't get killed. Don't get maimed. Don't make your wife without an husband or whatever. Don't do it. Make sure it's supported properly. Jack it up. I don't like jacking vehicles. I see some guys on YouTube that jack vehicles and literally have no wheels on them, working underneath them. I've seen cars go over, and I'm sure most of you have as well. Cars can go over, but the thing is, if they go on you, you ain't got no, you won't move. You won't move quick enough. Never. I had another car go over me on axle stand. It was on a slight gradient, and it went over, and lucky enough, I did get hit. The front disc ended up on my foot and broke my foot, and I've got no movement in that foot at all, hardly at all now. So don't be a hero. I can't emphasise it enough. Don't be a hero, and do your preparation work. Make sure that you've got information, whatever you're working on. Make sure you've got good solid foundation for working. I've got the Rolls Royce books. I've got everybody in. So make sure you get yourself a wiring diagram. Make sure you get yourself a good diagnostic tool. There's a set also for the XK, which we're doing. We pushed out a video yesterday. I like collecting the catalogues that come from Jaguar, especially on the XJ, because it's such a beautiful piece of work. They weren't a cheap car, and always remember that going forward. That when you work on cars, make sure that you do very good prep work. Because Jaguars, my history of Jags, and I've got quite a history of Jaguars, is that they're not a complicated car to work on, but they're a fairly compact car. You generally have to strip out a lot of work, a lot of different components to get to where you want to get to. So always make sure that you photograph and cover your back, because if you don't, make sure you photograph. Before you take section pieces, make sure you photograph. Like we did with the XK8, we had all the window regulators out of that, and a lot of you guys that work on work on cars and have ever done those regular. We specialise a lot in convertible roofs. I literally rebuild convertible roofs, right from minis to all sorts of stuff. They're very complicated in most cases, much like what we do with mechanical musical instruments. You know, it's all quite a complicated setup. So always make sure you do your preparation work properly. Can't emphasise it enough. And always make sure you're not going to get yourself killed or injured. Don't end up like me. Get yourself a good diagnostic tool. These are really good. These are really good and quite adequate for what you want moving forward. This is a LR, which is a Land Rover. Always make sure you buy the V3.0. Really good software, easy to use, very uncomplicated. We're going to be covering that probably in the XK8 tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that one. But make sure you get yourself good manuals. Get yourself a camera, a mini camera, and a laptop, and make sure you take your time. It's like everything that we do. You know, we restore mechanical musical instruments. There's loads of videos of that. You've got to remember with these machines, they're very complex machines. Even fairground organs are self-playing pianos. So I can't emphasise it enough. Make sure you do all your prep work. Right, we're going to pop outside in a minute. We're going outside, stay with me. So this was all accident stuff that went on. We got all sorts of stuff in here. Just bear with me, I've got some good stuff. We'll go right down to the actual accident itself in a minute. Model Railway, I love Model Railway. Just to kid up. That's all been sold now. It's amazing actually, the money that stuff goes for. It's quite incredible. So we do a lot of sales here. So you guys are familiar with the Range Rover. What we did when we done, because there was an accident claim regarding the woman crashing into the Rolls. The Rolls was, so what we did, we done a recreation with the Range Rover for the photographs and for the footage that went to my solicitor. And what we did, if you guys ever have an accident and you're all insured and you're all sorted out, and something happens, make sure that you document it. Because if there's any claim going forward as far as compensation is concerned, always make sure that you get another vehicle and literally put that vehicle out there and literally move it from and do a. You'll see what I do. You'll see what I did. So what we did is we positioned. So that is where the Rolls ended up, where the Range Rover is. And what happened was. So yeah, that's where the Range Rover. So the Range Rover, where the Range Rover was positioned, is where the Rolls ended up exactly. We pinpointed it because it was an accident. So what happened there is it come down and ended up. So I got dragged from this position all the way down to here, and this woman hit me in this corner here. You can see that, can't you? Right. So this is looking down the road. So this is what the woman would have seen. Nothing against women, by the way. But the driver of the vehicle come down. There was the position of the Rolls, and the argument was at the end of the day that the Rolls Royce was visible, because they said that it wasn't visible at the time. So what we did is we positioned the camera, we set the Rolls where the accident occurred, and it gave us a. So I wasn't even really represented. I done all my own representation, all my legal stuff, which I enjoy doing. I've got quite a history of legal stuff. So yeah, so you can see where the position of the Rolls is. Now moving on, you can see the corner. If you've looked at the up-to-date video, what we've just done, there's lots of coverage of the Rolls in the garage. You can see all of that repair. I think the one that we done yesterday on the XK8 and moving forward, you can see that all that repair's been done. That was done by me. At this stage, we'd already pulled a section out with the Range Rover with a chain, just to get it so that the boot was shut, because we couldn't shut the boot. So you can see it's quite a smack. So what happened was, as it went forward, I was under the other side, out on the road, and the back wheel was about ended up about that far away from my neck. So the fear was, because I couldn't get out from underneath the car, the fire brigade got me out. And the thing was is that the back wheel was just about to go over my neck, which I'd have been dead, I'd have been killed. I can't emphasise enough. You guys think that this is all good stuff. You guys think you're going to have time. You're not. You're not going to have time. Trust me. I was pinned to the road on the tarmac because as the car come down the drive, I ended up with a gap of about, I don't know, 5-6 inches, and I was up to my waist. So it was an horrific thing that happened. Don't do it. Don't do it. Think about everything. Think about everything. Can't emphasise it enough. It upsets me. You can see that. I'm lucky to be here. Anyway, let's pop outside and have a look at this XJ, and we'll get that running. We'll start that. It's all ready to go. I just put some water in this morning. Just rolling myself a cigarette, and we'll have a look at that. Get it running. See what's on. See what's not. And then what we do in a video going forward, we use the camera. We'll run down the side of the engine and see if we can film it and see exactly where this water leak is or what's going on. If it is a water leak or whether or not it's in a gasket. So quite a background with the motor trade. I done my apprenticeship, so I was a diesel fitter. But I grew up on the fun fairs, as most of you know, and we used to maintain all around Lloyd. So it was good. It's partly why I went into being a diesel fitter when I finished travelling, because we used to maintain everything. So all them big Gardner 6s and that, we used to strip them out literally on site when we was out sometimes and rebuild them while we were still opening. You know, it was a big fair, massive, great fair. Anyway, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. I don't want to rattle too much. I don't mind rattling. I'll just try and be myself and try and get the information over to you. Right, let's go out. Let's pop out there and have a look. I need a key now. Oh, that's that. La 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 la. It's been another busy morning, so I do raw footage. I don't bother about nothing, as you guys know. I just get it out there. Right, let's have a look. Very windy and sunny Wokingham. So we have got to be careful we don't end up losing the camera. At least we can open it now, which is a far cry from what we've been doing. These bonnets, these bonnet things we got, as you guys know, they're always decent. Especially with the wind, it's a bit of a pain in the arse, really. Right, so what we're going to do, let's take that camera off anyway. And what I'll do is I'll turn that camera around if I can. Right, see if I can, bear with me. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got to switch that camera around really, but anyway, let's we put some water in it. And as you guys know, we've managed to open it all up. I need to switch this camera around. See if I can do that. maybe not. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Right, this is the first start, so whee, straight up. Right, the water light's out, which is encouraging. They're a lovely spec, these jags, as you know. Absolutely good. With these screens as well. Got screens everywhere. So bonnet's open, it's low on fuel, it's running. So what we do is we leave it pretty much there. This is just an opening presentation for you guys, just to show you what we're doing going forward. And then what we do, the next bit on this one is we put a camera down there and see what's going on. I don't want to run it too long, but it runs lovely. Lovely motor. Started straight up as well, which is really encouraging. So anyway, we leave the footage here for now, and what we do, we get organised. Look out for look at all our past content. There's quite a bit on there now. I think we've done over 60 videos. So look out for the past content. There's some interesting stuff on there. Covers the motors as well, as you guys know. So this was the next part of this one. Look out for tomorrow's video. We're going to do the XK8 tomorrow. We're going to drop the roof. It's supposed to be nice, I think, tomorrow. So we'll do that, and we're going to do that pre-MOT on that, and get that ready, and see if we can smash it in a week, getting it ready for putting it back on the road, so that we can sell the Mini and get rid of some stock. I've got a bit of stock lying about. So anyway, please like and subscribe to the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.